YouTube, we are here listening to Artful Escape music as we wait for the Annapurna Interactive Showcase in 4 minutes. Now, they don't always have Xbox stuff, but they quite often do. So, let's hope for multiplats, mainly. They did say partner deals, so if it's anything like Watam or Stray or many of the other ones, it's going to be PlayStation only, but we will hopefully get multiplats and maybe an Xbox Game Pass game or two. It is 25 minutes long, so I'm interested to see if anyone watching at home alongside. I'm on the YouTube stream on Annapurna Interactive's YouTube page, as you can see by their little watermark down there. In fact, I'll even put this into chat, which isn't going to show up because Streamlabs is down. So no chat showing on stream, sorry. It is turned on. It's just completely broken. Don't know why. I just assume it's because Streamlabs is down. So yeah, so Annapurna hasn't put out a ton of games. Let's look up what they've done before for everything. I know most of them, but not all. They've also done just some publishing where it wasn't things they put out. They've done a lot of movies. Annapurna has. But Annapurna Pictures. So Annapurna Interactive. Yeah, they publish a lot of stuff. Actually, now that I look at it. Only since 2017. What Remains of Edith Finch, Flower, Gorogoa, Florence, Donut County, Gone Home, Ashen, Outer Wilds. Like, yeah, they've had some incredible games. Journey, they put out on PC and mobile. Telling Lies, and the next game from the Telling Lies guy is coming out next month. Immortality, I think is the name, and that's on Game Pass, which is cool. Watam. They never have fully Xbox exclusives. They'll have things that come out first on Xbox, but then eventually they come out on PlayStation or Switch, but they never have anything. They have games that come out on PlayStation that then don't go anywhere else except for PC. It's annoying. And they did Neon White, which is only on Switch at the moment. But yes, if you look them up on Wikipedia, they put out a lot of great games. So it's always exciting when they've got one of these little showcases to do. But for 25 minutes for them is not that short. No idea what the format will be. If they'll be talking about things, showing things, giving dates, I don't know. Might be a complete waste of time and I don't even bother putting this VOD up. We'll see. Oh, hope you're all having a good day. I streamed for about 3 hours earlier. Did some Far Cry 5 on PC. That'll be for review, and then did some Mass Effect 2. So I'm getting pretty deep in now. I've got a big bundle of missions to do, and then it'll be the Reaper IFF, and then we go from there. So Mass Effect 3 probably next week. And if I can get through that one next week, then I can. I'm going to be working on a Tribes of Midgard review soon. So. On the far side of a thin film of atmosphere lies a tundra. More and more Artful Escape music. All right, Artful Escape, time to fade you out because we got 39 seconds. There is no sound on this. For a company that has such great music, you'd think they might have sound, but they don't. And I'm not going to bother playing anything because there's only 30 seconds left. Oh, okay, 10 seconds. I hope this is good and actually has some Xbox content at least. That'd be nice. Good games are good. If they're on PC, I could still play them, but for you watching at home. Nope. Okay, there's sound. I was going to say. Solar Ash. I wish that had come to other things. Up a little bit. Okay. Outer Wilds is so good. I should go do a review for Outer Wilds and give it a 10. Let's go back to all my favorite games, the last gen, and give it a 10. Yep, that one's coming. Is that one called again? Cocoon. Coming next year, right to Game Pass. Beyond Works. I'm not into timer-based things, so not for me.
Hello, my name is Kelsey, and welcome to our second annual Annapurna Interactive Showcase. We had the best time sharing all of our latest games and partnerships with you last summer, so this year we're back again to show you what we have in store for 2022 and beyond.
Unavailable, darn.
Today we'll have about 25 minutes of new reveals, closer looks at games you've seen before, and spotlights on a few developers we are thrilled to be working with. We want to thank our fans and partners all over the world for making this showcase possible.
You're welcome.
Let's get started.
Thirsty Suitors game update. Hell, what is Thirsty Suitors?
Hi, I'm Chandana Ekanayaka.
And I'm Meghna Jayanth. Welcome to the joyful and surreal world of Thirsty Suitors.
Thirsty Suitors is an action-adventure RPG about fighting your exes, disappointing your parents, and finding yourself. This is Jala.
She's back in her hometown of Timber Hills after a brutal breakup and has to face everything she left behind. Her immigrant parents' tattered expectations, claustrophobic small-town gossip.
Did you love me, Jala?
And the string of messily broken hearts she left in her wake.
The player shapes Jala's story through narrative choices woven through skating, cooking with her parents, and fantastical turn-based combat with her thirsty ex-suitors. Each suitor battle is a battle with the past, as Jala's confronted with her ex's perspective of a narrative she thought she knew.
Let's look at how combat and narrative work together during the battle with Jala's third-grade boyfriend,
Scott Pilgrim-esque.
Sergio.
Jala's base attack does damage and builds up her willpower. Taunts reveal your opponent's weaknesses by putting them in a mood.
My mom says I'm irresistible, and my mom is always right.
So let's hit him with a thirsty taunt.
Now Sergio is in a thirsty mood. His attacks do less damage and have a chance to backfire. When he's in this mood, Jala's thirst skill does way more damage.
In between their attacks and
Time's up.
deflections, the player shapes Jala's personality and backstory through choices, which build up her persona. Just when Jala thinks she's getting through to Sergio, he pulls her into his inner world, a psychic landscape where he's the man he imagines himself to be in reality.
What the hell? I can't make a dent.
Sergio's ego makes him invulnerable to attack. What's a girl to do?
Like most
Break
South
him
Asian
down.
men, all it takes to destroy Sergio's ego is a single word from his mom.
Jala summons the next best thing to help her win this psychodrama battle. Her mom.
Trouble! No!
Jala hits Sergio with a rage taunt, which brings all of Sergio's varied resentments to the surface. Once this weakness is exposed,
Nope,
we
she
hit
got a
him with a
yo-yo.
rage skill.
The battle ends not with a defeat, but a reconciliation. They've worked through their issues during the battle and can now start again.
I'm sorry I came on so strong, Jala.
As friends,
This is weird.
or maybe even something more.
When Jala needs to clear her head, she heads out to the abandoned
This is
theme park
interesting.
just outside of town to go skating.
These days it's run by the bear mascot Soundy and his creepy cult of skater punk kids.
Our approach to skating is to make it accessible, not too punishing, but also add enough depth for folks that really want to get into it. The basics are to keep the combo meter
He's the
going up
world's
for
greatest
high score.
skater. That wasn't skating. That shouldn't count in the
Extend
combo.
the
She was
combos
running.
on rails, wall runs, manuals, quick turns, and end on a combo finisher for a big score. These are just some of the stories and mechanics packed into Thirsty Suitors. We have so much more to share with our players.
We can't wait for you to join Jala as she confronts her mistakes, makes up with her exes, reconciles her cultural differences, and becomes the person she was meant to be.
Okay.
Thirsty Suitors is coming to Steam,
Yay,
PlayStation,
Game
Switch,
Pass.
and
Beautiful.
launching into Game Pass.
Awesome.
Experience the game
Make
for
all of
yourself
them on
with the
everything
Thirsty Suitors
and Game
Steam
Pass,
demo.
please.
Out now.
No date, though. Going down to Portland. First game was in Game Pass. It made this stream worth it.
It's hard not to think about how time has changed the memory of you. How it will continue to change, to shift, until I'm left with a version I've created in my head. I'm packing things up, clearing out your stuff, sorting through
seems like a happy
memories
game.
that twist and turn, depending on the way you look at them. It's hard not to drift into the past.
Definitely not the most technically demanding thing, but it's just some striking
to remember
visuals.
Everything all at once.
That's unpacking. Oh. Don't let me leave, Murph.
Back when you were still here.
Tsunami! Jesus. Indigo Prophecy? Oh, Hindsight. Heimdall. August 4th, and Switch and Steam. Only Switch so far. Cardboard, computer, dev spotlight, dude.
Our studio's called Cardboard Computer, and it's just 3 of us.
Nope.
So my name's Jake Elliott. I'm the writer in this studio, I guess, in the team, and I also do a lot of programming. Tomas and I kind of share programming.
It's like art, writing, sound.
I was playing music and some touring and making records. I guess I caught Jake in his last year.
We were at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. All 3 of us were living in Chicago around 2010, I think. Tomas and I wanted to make a video game, and we had a few other ideas before we settled on Kentucky Route Zero.
We brought Ben on for the second act, I think. And that was in the spring of that same year, because we were somehow managed to release the second act in a few months.
That game took a very long time to be made.
It would be Friday night, and we'd be like, okay, I bet if we worked all night tonight, I bet we could publish this game tomorrow morning. And we were like, okay. We would work all night, and it wouldn't be quite done. We'd be like, okay, but I bet we could do Sunday. I bet if we kept going, you know? And it didn't end up being possible, so we had to adjust our expectations a little bit.
7 years, with like another 3 years before that. Learned a lot about our own processes, and I think that's still kind of carrying over into the new project.
Right after KRZ came out, I think we moved directly into this new game.
But the idea has been kicking around for years.
Maybe as old as KRZ.
We're working on a new project. It's the first project we're really seriously focusing on performance as like kind of a core part of the piece.
KRZ, it's like very still, there's not a lot of animation. Everything is sort of like these slow, idle tableaus. So we're sort of doing a lot of R&D with making it more lively.
This is a version of like fully animated characters that we can do as a 3-person team, basically.
Using your smartphone
this
for,
workflow
mocap.
is already just so exciting.
This time we have a lot more knowledge going into it.
The beginning of Kentucky Route Zero was a more staggered sort of development, and now we've known each other for so long and we're comfortable with each other, and I think that informs making the new work in a way that feels substantial and exciting.
The new game, it's about a different tempo. It's faster and hopefully funnier.
And there's comedy in KRZ.
But it's a tragedy.
But it's a tragedy. It's not a tragic comedy, though.
No, it's just a tragedy, yeah.
Just a tragedy.
The last game was a tragedy, too. Oh, that's it. Game reveal. Okay. Yo
I thought I was
West.
done with this life.
Oh, no. The new West.
But I suppose that's not my privilege to possess. Some skill sets are a curse. Maybe someday I'll find the peace in that.
Dino
Sadly,
God.
Today
Dino God.
is not that day.
Well, if it's a sad robot, this is definitely going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Over to go for third person. Wow, the Dino God logo looks a lot like Doom. I don't think I've ever done anything before because they don't have anything on their website. That looked good, though.
I hope tomorrow is different.
Bounty Star, the morose tale of Graveyard Clown. Oop. Hey, Game Pass. Jesus Christ. There you go. On everything in Game Pass. That's what every game in this showcase should be, on everything and in Game Pass. That's what I always say.
A Link to the Past was the reason I got into making video games.
I like to Link to the Past.
It was from my dad. He passed away, and that was one of the last things that he left. I came back to it when I was in my early teens. It was just a really sentimental and emotional experience. And when I beat it, I was like, oh man, I really want to make an experience like this for someone else.
Shark?
So I started to make my own game, and I would stream the whole process.
That's where we are right now.
And I had a pretty active community on Twitch, and Chris was one of the first people. I was thinking, how am I going to make this game alone?
Of course.
Then one day, he started typing in my chat. He said, do you have a mic? That's how it all got started.
That's it, got started.
Hey, I'm Chris Hoffman. I'm the programmer at a company that Fabian and I started called Yarn Owl. I work in Austin, and Fabian works in Atlanta. We've been working full-time on the project together for a little over a year and never met.
Aww.
Hey, how's it going? Alma, this is Fabian.
First time I'm meeting Alma.
She's very excited about all this.
Very excited. Like, I've talked to Alma as much as I've talked to Chris.
And then, you can hold it again to charge again, and hold it again to charge again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
After work, we both come home and start working on the game. Then at the end of 2020, I shot him a message one day and I said, hey, are we really gonna make this game? He said, yeah. I quit my job that day. And then in 2021, we started Yarn Owl.
I was like, man, he is fully on board. So from that point, I just figured that he would be the best person to work with. He does everything code and I do everything art.
Good combo.
We'll just hop in a meeting for like a good hour, but then it ends up being like 3 hours, 4 hours, because we get excited just talking about different ideas.
Sounds like us whenever we have a meeting with XboxEra.
It was definitely emotional. Now all of this is happening and all of this is real. If I didn't get A Link to the Past from my dad or even Wind Waker later from my mom, just getting those games as a kid is what motivates me now to want to make an experience just like that.
Oh, wow, that's okay. Yarn Owl, okay. You were saying it so fast. Outer Wilds update. They have another expansion?
Hey, it's been a little while, and I just wanted to reassure everyone that, no, you did not collectively hallucinate our announcement of Outer Wilds for the Nintendo Switch. Now, it's possible we were a bit over-optimistic on the time frame. At this point, it's possible we just fundamentally misunderstand the Gregorian calendar, but it's still happening, and we're working hard to bring a great version of Outer Wilds to the Switch. Thank you for your patience. We'll have new info for you as soon as possible. With that said, we also have some good news.
Oh. Hey, next gen version. I've got an excuse to review this. Time to post on the Discord. Outer Wilds is getting a free new gen upgrade on September 15th. Can't wait to review it and the DLC and give them both a 10. Oh, is this finally coming to something else or is it an expansion? Because this has only been PlayStation. And mobile. Well, it's only been PlayStation for console. Hey, that does not normally happen. Wow, did Xbox... This is becoming like an everything's coming to Xbox show.
Your every move intensifies my pain. Your blind ambition, all your good intentions. Everything you touch turns to ash!
Only PC, god damn it. Oh, never mind. say, this has been an incredibly good stream for Xbox fans. Holy shit. Everything that hadn't come before is now coming. Pretty much everyone that had been PlayStation only for console is now coming to Xbox. I don't know what this is. Oh, it is. I've never played this. Hey, available now. No shit. That went very far over. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to do news.
For a long time, I didn't even know that I wanted to make games. And I always loved writing stories in school and learning about the mechanics in video games. At some point, I just thought, okay, maybe I can combine those two things.
I'm a computer kid. I liked working in these creative programs, and those were the first steps of kind of like expressing myself.
My name is Kai, and I'm a writer and one of the co-founders of Third Shift.
I'm Fabian. I'm the artist and one of the co-founders of Third Shift. Right now we are in the west of Germany, in my apartment, which is at the same time the headquarters of our little company. When we started thinking about our project, we did a lot of brainstorming actually on this balcony here. And this was when the idea was born.
Forever Go is a story-driven road trip adventure game where you play as Alfred, an elderly man who embarks on a journey in his trusty van. The story is inspired by a trip I took down the Pacific coast. Fabian and I were always interested in the diverse landscapes in North America, and that's where a lot of the inspiration came from.
We got a lot of landscapes here.
When Kai was about to go on this road trip, he asked me to
PATHLESS is
lend
coming
him
to
my camera. After he came back, he shared that book with me, like, as a thank you.
Damn it, I forget. All the games, that were PlayStation exclusive before, except for Stray, like Maquette, Solar Ash, and Pathless, are all coming
this
to.
Was just crazy to see.
Yeah, we have a scene.
At least they're all coming
like
to
this
Xbox,
in the game.
And Maquette and
Alfred was
Solar
the
Ash
first
are
thing
Game
we had.
Pass.
Character model of Alfred didn't always look like this. This is what Alfred
I'm gonna
used
have to do
look
news
like.
after this. Yeah,
we started redesigning
awesome.
Alfred and making him a little bit more lifelike.
Those
Alfred's
just never
main
went
purpose
anywhere
is to
else. They went on
document this
PlayStation.
trip.
That was it.
Usually,
I think
the
they
games
were
that
pretty.
stuck most with us are story-driven games.
I'm just excited to see when people actually play this thing in the future.
Even things like this that aren't my genre. This looks interesting.
And I hope this will be very soon.
Guys getting to talk to everyone. Annapurna is very good at picking games. London. Flock. Richard Hogg. Where's that name familiar? Planet Alana? No. That's Thunderfall. Motherfucker! Richard... Oh, Richard Hogg is the lawyer guy, that's what... Okay. Oh, Hokum. Wilmot's Warehouse. That's one I reviewed that he did. That's why that name is familiar. Okay. Wilmot's is fun. Basic, you know, fun little puzzle game. This is a game you drop some acid on and play. That's what I would guess. So. What are you called? Flock. On Game Pass. Boy, this has been a Game Pass show. Is this Hohokum? Or Watan? I know one of them was made by a really troublesome developer. It's funny when this started. I was like, man, they normally have so many PlayStation exclusives. It'd be funny if there was like nothing Xbox here, but instead it just went all Game Pass. Pretty nuts. This one's Hohokam, right? Or what the fuck? I don't remember. Hohokam, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a Sony only game. Game teaser. Oh, that's some bad ASMR. Keita Takahashi, the creator of Katamari Damacy. He's making a new game.
Making games is a process. You try and guide it, but you're trying to guide like a gushing river. Often people reach for stories they've already heard. We really want to pull from our own experience as much as possible because it feels the most kind of real. I'm Laura. I'm the director at Dreamfield.
Hello, Laura. Ireland.
This is the Hellfire Club. Way back when Dreamfield started, this is one of the first places we came for like research.
Ireland is full of ruins, and those ruins speak to a history of violence sometimes, a history of change as well.
Dreamfield started as a label for my own work, and then I met Leah.
It was just going to be a few sessions, but it turned into like a full-time week just exploring.
We developed loads of ideas, and one of them became If Found. Suddenly there was a dynamic. We're like playing off each other, and then as more and more people come in, kind of like grows its own identity.
Finding friends, family, and yourself.
I think like creativity
Live, laugh,
is
love.
when you bring like one like random idea from here and one random idea from somewhere else, and like see how they could join or like what they could do together.
Yeah,
and when you have lots of team members, that just happens. It's really important to me that we have the energy and we enjoy it when we come here. So like today, instead of showing computer screens, I wanted to show like Dreamfield is like all of these people coming together.
I'm in. Arts and crafts.
The new game is set in kind of like a fantasy version of Ireland. Probably the most obvious first detail is that all the characters are cats.
Okay, it's gonna be huge. It's got a cat in it. That's all you need now.
I think art-wise we have something very unique. We have themes that I think are very relevant these days about coming together in the face of adversity.
Everything drowned will someday rise from the deep. The eerie message and theme of our game. And lots of cute cats.
The goal is to be creative together and make something that is worthwhile.
I think what's fantastic about Dreamfield is that whether you're working on the music or the art or the programming, you're really invited to like bring your best to the table. Everyone kind of leaves a mark on it, which is really nice.
In a lot of ways, I think Dreamfield has become more polished as we've gone on. I think this game will feel more polished even compared to Found, but I hope that we still bring that edge of like exploration and adventure into it.
Dreamfield. Oh. Interested to see what they're... The Lost Wild. It'd be funny if this was also Game Pass, but... I already gotten plenty. Don't have to... Can't expect to get everything, so we'll see. And they did say partner deals, so... Well, I know there was a Switch-only game, so maybe that covers that. But you'd imagine there'd also be a Sony-only game, because they work with Annapurna a lot. Dinosaurs! Ook, ook. Welcome! The Lost Walking Simulator. Oh, he's a T-Rex. Baby T-Rex. Should have feathers. I want someone to make a dinosaur game that's accurate and they all have feathers. I don't know. It might be. Only on PC.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our second annual Annapurna Interactive Showcase.
That was good.
We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all again next summer.
And boom, done. Right in, right out. Finally get Solar Ash. I freaking love it. Hyper Light Drifter is one of my favorite games last gen. If that ever came to Game Pass, I would get to review and give it a 9.5. Oh, that was a wonderful Game Pass show. Oh, there you go. That was great. It was only they stuck to their 25 minutes, and almost every single thing was coming to a platform I own, so I'm happy. And it was coming to Game Pass, so I'm sure most people watching were happy. So yeah, thank you, number one HoloLens fan, and anyone who was watching in the background. I'll get this up over on the YouTube, and now I got to go write a whole bunch of news articles. So I will see you guys later on. Goodbye.